Right, d4, d5. Okay. Okay, so we're playing the Queen's Gambit client. I pasted this, so I'm just gonna import the PGM. Isn't this first? I feel like my morale is so low now. Okay, right, c3. Like, just gonna cancel. It's bishop d3, then I take knight here. I play h6. Okay. Is this the move? Now this doesn't work, right? I feel like this is going to turn into some sort of. I'm just gonna play a6 because I'm not familiar with semi-Slav openings. So I'm preventing this, by the way. Oh, the last game has me demoralized. Now I'm playing too quickly because I'm already up on the clock. Because typically I think the bishop goes here. And then I was going to play the Lasker where I go here. And now I guess I could take. Right? I could take with tempo as well because I have b5. I think that was a mistake. I have bishop b7 and bishop b7. He has e4. e4 I have b5, right? If you play here, then I have takes, 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 takes. So he still has e4. I don't think I'm playing this the right way. I still have to develop my knight. I think this knight belongs here because I want to play c5. Right, so now I think it's trying to prevent my b5 after his e4. I'm going to start with c5. At least if e4 comes, I don't want this pawn supporting the e pawn. So it's takes, takes. If we exchange, I have knight c6. Because this is a passive square, then I don't think I'm going to play knight c6. I think I'm going to play knight b d7. Right. Should I play this? This feels too loose, if I'm being honest. Knight c3, where's the knight going after c3? Takes, takes, takes. I don't like that. He still has e5. I'm going for this. Now after takes, I can also take with the knight. Okay. Now e5 is no longer a thing. So knight b d7. Okay, so takes. e5 is no longer a thing for him. So I have knight. I also have here. Knight here. Knight here. Goes back. Takes, takes. Then knight here. Right. The other move is rook c1. But then I don't like all because if I get rid of his knight, if I get rid of his bishop, I also have the opportunity to play queen c7. So at least I'm gonna get the bishop pair out of this. If it brings his bishop here, knight takes. If pawn takes, brings his bishop here, knight takes, is gonna play knight takes because my knight here will be hanging. If he brings his bishop here, I don't want to trade bishops. I'm gonna take the bishop regardless. Knight takes, knight back. The previous game is hurting my soul. So I played a game against the same person. In case I decide to split the videos up, I have to explain. I was doing really well on the night off, but then I ended up blundering somewhere. I blundered my knight. Okay, so now I'm just gonna take. I'm not even gonna think about it. I could also take, take, and carries the isolated queen's pawn. Because now he has e4, doesn't he? Yeah, he has e4 now. So I have to, it's either I play this to prevent e4, or I play rook c1 right away. You know what, I'm gonna play knight f6. I don't want him playing. This looks like it's equal more than anything. Takes, I'm taking the, right, so the advantage of takes, wait, did I want to take there again? I've forgotten. Do I want to take, okay, I give him the bishop, but then if I take and he takes, I have to play rook c1 first. I want him to have an isolated queen's pawn. If I take this, it's gonna take, I take, takes, he gets an isolated queen's pawn, but then d4, yes, d4. Is d4 sufficiently defended? He could still play, but then he could still play e5, e4, sorry, at some point to support d5. So that isolated queen's pawn might be easy to dissolve. Plus, I don't want to get rid of my bishop pair just for an isolated queen's pawn that may or may not cause problems, okay? So here, I'm gonna take with my bishop. The main reason for that is this, he doesn't have a dark squared bishop, so I don't have to worry about him pinning my knight. That's first. And secondly, I think the bishop is better off on this diagonal. This game feels very drawish. But then I think I have some tricks. These takes, 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 takes. So if he doesn't take with the bishop, then if I takes, if I take, he could also take with the knight. I also have this. But then he's gonna take here, then take here to expose my knight. So I think the main moves, it's either I bring my bishop back to where? Maybe here, because here he might have some tricks. So I could bring my bishop back here. The problem with here is he could become exposed once these pawns get traded, but then that's too far into the future. So I think it's either I play bishop b6 or I take. If I take, he might take with his knight. Might take with his knight. You know what, I'm gonna take. Because I feel like this offers me an advantage if he doesn't take with his knight. If he takes with his bishop, I'm good as well. Right, this is what I wanted. Now I can take here. So I gambled there. Was it really a gamble? It wasn't really a gamble. But then the problem now is he's gonna have check. Once I move here, he's gonna have this, right? And when I move my bishop, he's gonna take this pawn. Then I'll have a 2 on nothing on the queen side. 2 on nothing because after he takes and I take, even if he wins this pawn, this bishop would defend it, and soon I'm gonna win the other pawn. Right, so what move? If he takes here, I'm gonna take like this. Wow. So I guess this doesn't work because you could just take here. Take here and I take there. So if he takes here, what do I do if he takes here? Should I take here? But then if I take here, he has this. And then I come here. And then he has rook here. Wow. Okay, so I missed some tactics here. Takes knight here, or even knight here. And then I'll have to come here. And then the knight can, let's see. If I take, you could have this, this, then rook here. Now my bishop is pinned, because if I move, it's pinned, and I can't move the bishop. Oh, okay, if I take here, now he still has this. So I don't think taking here. I could also take here. Let's see. Wait. If I take here, sorry, if I take here and he comes here, and I move here and it goes there, I could take here, right? And after I've taken there, he takes. Then my bishop is still. Am I in time to defend my bishop with all this? No. The other thing is I could take. Then he takes. Then he's gonna win this pawn sooner or later. Right? If I. The other option is to take. He takes, 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 takes. It's gonna be knight and man. If I saw this, I wouldn't have played that. The other option is to just bring my bishop back. Yeah, I guess I could just bring it back. Because taking here, I feel like leads to too many complications. I could bring my bishop back, and if he decides to bring his knight here, then okay, that's fine. So I think I'm gonna bring my bishop back. Should I bring it here though? If I go here, he might pin me later on. I'll bring my bishop back. This pawn is defended by this bishop, at least for now. This feels like a lesser evil. If I lose the same guy in the same manner, I'm gonna be. Also, now I have these kinds of ideas. If he comes here, I'm just gonna trade. Then let's check. What? Can I go back here? Question, do I want to trade and play the end game? Question, do I want to come here? If I come here, he takes and I take, I'm losing this pawn. Do I want to push this pawn first? I think I'm gonna push the pawn first. Because I can always come here if I need. Man, wrong with this. So problem is I decided to be too slick here. But I guess it was an equal position anyways, so I guess this should be fine. Plus I still have the bishop pair. I just have to. So if we take here, takes these ideas. There are ways in which I could try to win this pawn. Yeah, I want my bishop here. Alright, what move is he gonna make? I also have this, and this, but that's too impractical. I think he has to bring this knight somewhere. Try to bring it into the game. And if knight e4, he has bishop here, then I have takes. So he can't put the bishop there right away. Huh. Okay. That's the idea. Where is that knight going? Here? Here? I don't like that move. I could also go here just to exchange them. I think this move is better. I think this ruins the coordination between his little rook and his. So if I have this, he has f4. If I go here, he has f4. Do I want to play here? Does that weaken too much? Does that weaken my position too much? Because he could come here, and then I have to move my bishop somewhere, or somewhere like that, and he could be threatening these ideas. So no, if I bring my bishop to f3, f6 rather, he's gonna go after this pawn. He might defend with f4, and in the end game, I don't think that's much of a weakness. I don't want to take with the pawn, so I'm gonna take with the bishop. Is that why he played his little move? Because after takes, he can take back with the knight. What if I go here? No. I actually think I have better chances here. Because now I have this. First, if I can attack his pawn this way, then he could attack my pawn if I attack his pawn. If I attack his pawn this way, he could still attack my pawn. So what's the configuration that wins me the game? If I go here right away, he brings his knight here. This looks like a draw. I think I should come here. If he pushes, I just No, not a draw. I could still win this. I have the bishop. I'm gonna go here. Takes, takes. Then this. Then this. He has this. Am I in time to... Now I have check. I think this is the right way to go. I have check. Bishop here. Rook here. Then he could still block with his knights. Then I'll push it away. I could also go here. Bishop here. Bishop here. He has rook here. Rook there. I have this. No. Bishop here. Rook here is too passive. Rook here, and then check me, come here, come here. He puts his rook here. How am I going to capitalize on that? As long as his knight is here, I'm gonna go for this. Knight here. Do I want to go this way and claim that his king is too far away? I think one of the things I could do is I could bring my king closer since his king is at the edge. Right? Takes, 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 and then king here. If I bring my king here right away, where does he go? Here. What does that do? Maybe if I can keep both pawns alive and trade the major pieces, I could win because my king is closer. Maybe. But then these pawns need to stay alive. What I trade, I need to trade one set of pieces while my king is close. So maybe I should have traded right away. But then his rook would have been controlling. Because now at least I can still bring my bishop in. I don't think this knight has prospects. My rook is covering that square. And here, like that's just miserable. That I'm just gonna go here and be like, bro, what are you doing? If he comes here, but then he could come here. Then can I trade there? Trade, trade. Then bring my rook here. Then find a way to do this. But then it's gonna go after this pawn. He goes after this pawn while I go after his pawn. I'm gonna defend the pawn. The moment I defend the pawn, he comes back to cut my king off. So maybe I could go up this way. This is not over. He has this. I didn't see that. Man, knights are being tricky today. Rook here, who defends? Rook here, knight here, pawn push, knight here, rook takes, knight takes, rook here. Or do I just do this? Rook here, you can't push the pawn. He could defend like this though. Rook here, he has knight here. And then I have rook back though. Do I go here right away? I think. I hope I'm not missing something. God. Lord. Andrade. This. Here's this. This, what am I doing after this? No, this will come with check. Plays this, I could go back here. Now this I take first, then go back here. Then he could come here. I take, he takes. These pawns. He has doubled pawns. I think I'm better in the end game. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is first I'll try to make sure we keep this set of pawns because my king is close. If that doesn't work, I'm gonna go for a configuration that allows me to remain active. Okay. So you could go takes, split pawns. Here, defending here is kind of silly. Here, takes. Man, this is a lot harder than it looks. Now the problem is, Kevin, should I go here? Maybe should I go here? Then I'm moving away from the center. If I come here, this comes to check. Check. If I take here, he has to take with the pawn. I can't take with the rook. He takes with the pawn. Is that good for me or bad for me? I think that's good for me. I come here. Come here, he goes there. Crap. So what do I do? I feel like this knight is about to become a nuisance. It's about to become a great annoyance. Or I could do this. I think I could do this. The knight moves, takes. That helps him though. Do this and do this. If I do this and if I go here and go here. If I go here and go here. Wait. Go here and go here. He can keep defending the pawn well. Okay, now I'm getting lost. This, do I want to do this now? Maybe I want to play b5. g5 rather. If he takes. then yeah, he still has this though. And I have this. If he doesn't take, takes, that corrects his pawn structure. So I also don't want to do that. Takes. My king comes close. You know what I think I'm gonna take? Because he has to take with the pawn, which allows me to bring my king closer. If I come here, he's defending. He's not defending. He's going after my pawn instead. Takes. Does the trade benefit? Okay, so I think this is a move that I know is helpful no matter what. Here, or I could go here. This. Okay, we can pull in games. Yep, and should I take this one instead? Should I go for this one? Wait. Here, he could come here and keep my. So maybe this. Then this. If he does that, and I get this. Which one is better? This? This, you can just keep the tension with this. If I come here, this feels like the better approach. I don't know. It feels less passive. If he doesn't take, I can always go here as well. So targeting 2 points. Man, he has this. Crap. So maybe I should have targeted this pawn. He has this, and after the trade, I don't think there's any chances of winning there. Yep. What should I take back with? Should I take back with the rook? Do I take back with the pawn or the rook? Take back with the rook. Rook here. Do I want to keep my rook here? Okay, if he takes, I'm gonna take back with the pawn, I think. Here. I feel like that still leaves some imbalance. So I'm gonna go here. Takes. It's like nah. Because now he just has a bunch of checks. Don't tell me now he has this. No, but then this, I have this. I don't think there's any chance that I'm going to be worse here because of these double pawns. Now my pawns are split, but this guy is free to run. And he doesn't have this. I could still win this. But then I have to think. I have less than 3 minutes, so that's an issue. Alright, that's a smart move. I could also do this. Takes is the worst thing I could do. Bringing my king closer, but then he's gonna come here. Man, this is so hard. Takes. I'm gonna come here. What's a configuration that lets me win here? I think I shouldn't go too far this way. My king needs to remain close. Right? If my king can come here, but then this pawn can always try to check me. Let's see. Do I keep my king away? Do I keep my king away and try to promote this pawn, or do I? Because I feel like it's most likely a draw, but then I'm thinking, what's the variation that allows me to win, right? So it's after all the checks, I still go here. I feel like I have to stay closer to the pawns. I don't know. It takes there, I'm taking like that, so I don't like doing that though, because it's harder for me to visualize. Do I want to check? Okay, let's say he makes a nothing move. Let's say he just moves his rook. Yeah, like that. What do I do now? Do I take? I move my king. Now I have this. This checks. He has to go back. So he can try for takes. Am I taking with the queen? No, I'm taking with the rook, right? Bruh. Okay. Isn't that a mistake? Because check. Check goes back. I take this pawn. I think that's a mistake. Do I even take the pawn though? Because the problem is Wow. Okay. Takes, check, move, check, king comes closer, that's not what we want. Do I just move my rook back? Check, takes, takes. This can't take. I feel like this is the right move. But then he takes with check. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Did I just mess this up? No, it's a draw. Check. It's a draw if he keeps checking me. Check here. What does he do? No, it's not a draw because if he takes, that's bad because I have takes with check and I'm taking. But I think it should still be a draw. Shakes with check. Do I take with the queen so that I can go this way? I think I'm gonna take with the queen. If he checks me, I'm coming here. The king can't take because I still have the check. I think the best way is to check, come here, I take with check, he takes this pawn. No, 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 no. Check. This check doesn't work because I have this. But he's just gonna keep checking me. Check. If I move here, I can't move here. Yeah, this is the draw. I can't move here because it's check. Come here. It's check. I have to go back. So no matter what, I can't move the pawn. Do I defend it like this? If I defend it like this, he brings his king. So now I have to go back. Go back, he checks me again. Check. Actually, check here, here. He takes with that. Okay, so I'm gonna try this first once. This doesn't work. Let's check. Yeah, so this is just a draw. So move there. Check. Oh, yeah, even this is just a draw. Alright, so it was an interesting game. I failed to win that, unfortunately. Alright, so I'll go ahead and analyze the game. So it's d4, d5. This is just standard. The queen's gambit declined. Knight f3. Usually the first move is knight c3, but even after knight f3, you can transpose. Knight c3 usually comes next, but after knight c3, we've transposed to a standard queen's gambit declined. And here is where the deviation starts. So you have knight b d7, h6, b6, the Tatoka, and all that. So personally, I played Alaska, and after h6, My opponent went bishop f4, but usually the last goes bishop h5, and then there's I think the follow-up is knight e4 here. Yeah, and the idea is you trade once, and then you trade, and then rook e1. I have a game from like 2 days ago in Alaska, so you can always check that out. And then here my opponent did something different, bishop f4. And here I know that bishop f4, there are always ideas of coming here. But the computer doesn't mind it. In fact, the computer is recommending c5. And I guess the idea is after dc, bishop takes, and then if c takes d, which is the main line, knight takes, and then so my internet is lagging a bit, and then e takes, and then I'm left with this isolated queen pawn, and this is what I usually don't like from positions in the last. I'm trying to avoid getting this isolated queen pawn, so I don't go for that. Another reason is I was afraid of knight g5. Then the computer here doesn't mind. It's like you can just take, and if white tries going there, you have this, but you also have bishop g5. And the idea here is now the king can't castle. You're going to block the bishop, I guess. And if the bishop takes, the knight can't take because then we win the knight. If the bishop takes, you get to attack the bishop as well. So here the position black is actually better because after takes, we take here. If they take back, I guess we take, and the idea is we're gonna win this knight back, so it's like 2 pieces for the rook, and white's king is not safe. We have some passed pawns here if we don't trade right away, and yeah, black is better. So instead of that, though, I went a6 because I didn't want to trade in the center, and I feel like this is just a nice way of preventing this. Plus, like I said in the game, I didn't go c6 because this looks like a semi-Slav position, and I'm not really familiar with this, which is why I went a6. But I guess I gave my opponent a big advantage. So next time, maybe I remember c5. Alright, so this is how the game went. White has a plus 0.5 advantage. And after this, I thought I was better because like the computer is recommending rook c1. And then after rook c1, dc, and after bishop takes. Man, this is very unpleasant. I might have to re-record this. Record this whole thing. Let the bishop takes, c5. I guess the idea here is at least you have a rook on the file supporting everything, right? Then in the resulting position, what happened is we get more or less a similar position, but white doesn't have any rook supporting the c file. And after bishop d3 and bishop b7, here black is slightly better because I get to develop my pieces. I'm already castled. All I need to do is release this c pawn. So if I get to trade, if I can trade off the c pawn, I should be fine. And so we get this, and now I'm playing the computer recommended moves. This was correct. And I kept saying that I was afraid of e5 here. That's why I didn't play the immediate rook c8. Let's see what happens after e5. Okay, I guess the idea is both the bishop and the knight are still attacking that, so I don't know why I was so afraid of e5. So maybe I should have gone for rook c1. This is e4 rather, and then if takes, I'm still not afraid of trading queens. So yeah, but the position was more or less the same. I played knight h5. I still have an advantage. Takes, And now I bring my knight here, because now again the threat of e5 is re-established. So rook c8, e5. Guess I was afraid of ghosts, and if this computer is like, no, you can go there. Okay, so what if the knight moves back? Okay, we attack the knight. Alright, so I guess the idea is here. We can even take this pawn first, right? We can take this pawn first to this pawn before capturing the knight back. So I didn't see all that though, because in order to play knight f6, I needed to see that if they play e4, I can go here, and this isn't a problem because of tactics. But I was in sort of a position of frame mindset, so I played like this, and I still have an advantage, so it's fine. Then rook c8, takes. And yeah, here I was slightly better because of the bishop pair, I guess. And there are open lines, so I should be fine. Rook c1, and I guess this is where I lost my advantage because I played the game so well. And I feel like the theme so far has been like, I try to maintain a slight advantage. I've been, in most of the games I've played so far, I've maintained a slight advantage in the entire game, and when my opponent makes a mistake, I win the game. In the times that they haven't, the game has ended up being a draw, with the exception of the last game that I played against the same opponent, where I blundered my knight for no reason. And I guess this was the mistake because I didn't spot this. And the moment I saw this, I knew that my advantage is gone. So the computer rather wanted bishop here, because now I'm just going to make some computer moves. So I'm just pressing the spacebar, letting Stockfish make the moves. And then I guess the idea is my bishop pair is better than the two knights. Plus this bishop is sort of active. This bishop is sort of passive, but my bishops are active. And if you can trade off rooks, I think I should be better. I can bring my king into the position and stuff. And also, the computer also wanted king f8, just bringing the king closer, right? Bringing the king closer to the position, and it gives a big advantage. But then I made a terrible blunder because I didn't spot this tactic. So here, I still have a slight advantage, but my material isn't as much. Yeah, so I guess this was the right idea, and we all know how the game proceeded from here. Takes, bishop there. Okay, so maybe trading was a mistake as well. So the computer wants this. Wanted me to go for this right away. Why didn't I play this? What was I afraid of? I guess I was short-sighted. Bishop takes. This doesn't look so convincing because it's like an opposite colored bishop endgame. But I guess the idea is after all that, I could win the pawn. Yeah, after all this, if he takes or goes back, I get to win the pawn. So I guess that's why it's better for black, even though it's an opposite colored bishop endgame. Usually opposite colored bishop endgames are draws. So I didn't see that, and we ended up taking that. And I guess here the idea is the material is too insufficient for me to have a decisive advantage rather. So that was the right move. Yes, I think I played rather accurately. The computer is recommending that. That's being recommended. And the computer wants me to play a5 because I guess the idea is to prevent this, and I missed the fork at the time during the game. And so I decided to bring my king close. What's the other move? The other move is the computer just wants me to bring my bishop back. But at this point, it feels like the game is going towards a draw anyways. So after this, I try to go for the pawn. Takes. Yeah, and I guess the mistake that I made was going for this pawn instead of this one. So the computer wants this. And takes. But then this is still a draw, so Also, these outside pass pawns, I feel like they're a lot scarier than the pawn that was here. That's why I didn't go for that. So instead, I went after this pawn, then and I missed this move. The moment I saw this, I knew that okay, this game is just a draw. I tried, I tried going for the win. Okay, so yeah, G5 is one of the moves the computer recommends, but to no avail because even though I kept pressuring him, White had enough counterplay, and this position is just a draw regardless of what I do. So yeah, this was another draw. I lost the first game, but I was better against this opponent, and this one was just a dead draw. So overall, I kept an advantage. I can't complain too much since I was black, but maybe next time I'll try to capitalize if I have an advantage. So yeah, thanks for watching, and next time, see you next time.